So the creator of Dilbert, a comic strip I've seen but I've never read. I think it's supposed to be something that was very popular within office spaces or whatnot. But he says, going off of a particular poll, that white people should move away from black people.
So if nearly half of all blacks are not okay with white people, according to this poll, not according to me, according to this poll, that's a hate group. That's a hate group. And I don't want to have anything to do with them. And I would say, based on the current way things are going, the best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people. Just get the fuck away. Wherever you have to go, just get away. Because there's no fixing this. This can't be fixed. Right? This can't be fixed. You just have to escape. So that's what I did. I went to a neighborhood where, I have a very low black population. Because unfortunately, there's a high correlation between the density. And this is according to Don Lemon, by the way. So here I'm just quoting Don Lemon when he notes that when he lived in a mostly black neighborhood, there were a bunch of problems that he didn't see in white neighborhoods. So even Don Lemon sees a big difference in your own quality of living based on where you live and who's there. So I think it makes no sense whatsoever as a white citizen of America to try to help black citizens anymore. It doesn't make sense. It's no longer a rational impulse. And so I'm gonna back off from being helpful to black America because it doesn't seem like it pays off. Like I've been doing it all my life, and the only outcome is I get called a racist. That's the only outcome. It makes no sense to help black Americans if you're white. It's over. Don't even think it's worth trying. Totally not trying. And there we go. You didn't expect that today, did you? But those who don't want to focus on education, you just need to get away from them. Just get as much distance as you can. That's my...
On this poll, it's a weird poll, randomly going around asking, is being white okay? And 53% of black people said, I don't know where this was conducted at, but 53% of the black people said yes. 27% said no. And the remaining said they don't know. Possibly because they're trying to figure out what type of question this even is. I don't fucking know. It's ridiculous. This is dumb, man. And all of this does is plays into exactly what the media, what the elites, the quote-unquote elites, what they want. They want division because, with that division, it legitimizes them, keeps them in power, like I've said over and over again, right? And you'll never be able to figure things out and work together. Now, does he have every right to feel how he wants to feel and do whatever he wants to do? Hell yeah. The action of the individual trumps the collective, always. It's always individual rights over the collective, right? But at the same time, he's speaking to the white people as a monolith and treating black people as a monolith. Now, he did acknowledge that not all black people are like this, but he'd rather not take the chance. But I mean, it's like, fuck, like you can't make particular distinctions. It's just like, I mean, racism can be in anybody, but as far as somebody enacting physical violence, if I was to look at particular white people, there's certain characteristics, physical characteristics. Same thing, you know, you look at a black dude, certain characteristics that he has that'll say, hey, I might want to watch this motherfucker. Shit, white guy, shit, if I see some inbred looking redneck with teeth missing and Confederate flag on the back of his truck, doesn't automatically mean that he's racist or enact physical violence, but it's something that usually fits that type of description. So, I mean, shit, Scott Adams can't make that distinction for black people. He doesn't have to. Nobody has to. But, I mean, it's just, you know, lumped everybody all into one. And like I said, he feeling like he's the voice for all white people, telling what all white people should do. But, you know, and the vice versa. If there was a poll out like this about black people, that was conducted with white people on the survey, so I think there'd be a huge outrage, and I think there'd be a good amount of black people that would say, hey, maybe we should stay away from white people because they hate us. Now, it's a lot to say that they're a hate group, but we've heard all type of different shit. You know, they talk about all white people are racist and stuff like that. So everybody has just stupid fucking takes. Is this thing a big deal? No, it's not. It's not a big deal, but it does feed into the whole media, all of that shit, and just people being separated. And both sides are a symptom of this shit. The response that the black people gave, it's a symptom of it. Like, it's stupidity, man. It's stupidity. And, you know, he's talking about stop helping black people and all of this stuff. How have you helped black people? By just tossing a bunch of money at some fundraiser or something? Have you actually spent time with the youth? Because it's deeper than just fucking money. It's going on in these inner cities. It's mental issues. It's a whole lot of brainwashing that's used through the media, right? That he helps portray in. Because if I've heard right, wasn't he all on the quote unquote calling everybody anti-vaxxers and, you know, advocating for the jab and going against anybody who didn't want it and stuff like that? So, you know, you kind of fall into that shit. You fed into it. Looks like you didn't get a return on your investment. Then he goes quoting Don Lemon, of all people, about, you know, all the shit that goes on in white neighborhoods versus black neighborhoods and all the stuff. I mean, don't you think in those black neighborhoods, you think those are white people getting fucked up? Those black people. Those are other black people. Shit, there's a lot of black people that feel the same way that he feels. You need to get away from niggas, right? So, I mean, it's like I said, he just lumped them all together. But like I said, he got that fucking right to whatever he feels. You know, do what you do. Move away. Just don't get in the way of the next man. Everybody's got the right to do whatever the fuck they want to do. Whatever makes them feel safe. Just stay out of people's ways. Stay out of people's ways. Don't hinder their progress. Right? But you do what you want to do. Whatever makes you feel safe. And he's also talking about these videos of black people fucking up white people. Yeah. Does happen a lot. Happens a lot. Happens a whole lot. I hope you're not one of those anti-gun advocates You want more gun laws and stuff like that? Get more guns into people's hands to where they can defend themselves. That's simple. Get more guns into people's hands where they can defend themselves. But all this tension, shit, is bringing a lot of tension on both sides to where white people gonna get fucked up by some random black person who's angry, and black people gonna get fucked up by some random white person that's angry. We've seen plenty of stories of both in the news. And they're angry of what they see what's going on, and I've spoken about it over and over again. That this shit causes division, and it causes, disdain for each other. So, you got a lot of people that feed into this shit. So, what are you gonna do to make things better? You don't have to, but it'll all show up in the final product, what comes out, in the world, and when you wonder why nothing gets better. So what are you doing on a daily basis to make things better, to make the relations between the two, better? If you don't want to do nothing, fine, but, you're going to get that result. That's what you're going to get out of society. Just segregation. That's the answer, I guess. And like I said, for black people that got mad, shit, ain't that what y'all want? Ain't that what there's a lot of black folks, that's what they want? They want segregation. They want white people to leave them the fuck alone. That's what typically happens anyway. They're not living in the same neighborhoods, and then shit, a lot of times black folks is getting their bread and moving to the white folks' neighborhood. So it's all, bro, the whole conversation is fucking stupid, man. It's stupid. The main thing I want to get out of this, people to understand, is, when you have the conversation of, when people losing their jobs, getting dropped from their sponsors or companies that they work for, if you're gonna have hot takes like this, please have your shit together. It's the same thing, just like what I said about Kanye. It doesn't matter if what you said is truth or a lie, right or wrong. None of that matters. Because when you're talking about business, and when you're in business with particular people, a lot of people that you work with, all that matters is the bottom line and their money. Now, if you want to be able to say what you want to say, have a sponsor that supports your messages and supports what you do. But if you want to just get in them, whoever's got the money, who can put money behind you and sponsors, you're going to have to watch what the fuck you say. Same with Kanye. Like I said, doesn't matter if what you say is wrong or right. You're in business. Because the customer is what's going to keep the money flowing in. People doing commerce and doing business with you and buying your product or whatnot. That's what's going to keep you afloat. And if you piss people off, whether you're right or wrong, let me keep saying this. If you piss them off and they stop spending with you, you fucked up business. So make sure you've got everything in order and you're not throwing other people under the bus. You're not throwing them in the crossfire and things, because that's when they drop and cut ties with you. Make sure you have everything together, so then if stuff goes bad for you, well, it's all on you. It's all on your actions. And you were prepared for it because you wanted to say whatever you wanted to say, but you still be able to. It's how you want to run your business. It's how you want to run your day-to-day operations and your day-to-day life. So that's simple. So that's just something to be aware of. Because I saw he lost a lot of endorsements, a lot of networks, and paper strips dropped him. And shit. If he can, I don't know if he can eat the loss or not. I'm pretty sure he's made a lot of money over the years. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this, and just more nonsensical crap. There's no need to be people being outraged. There's no need to be fucking outraged. If that's what he wants to do, if that's what he wants to signal, let him do it. There's people that want to follow what he does. Let them follow it. Does not speak for all people. All white people aren't a monolith. All black people aren't a monolith. There's people that try to speak for black people and then people follow their words. But then black people aren't a fucking monolith. I mean, it is what it is. He wants to believe what he wants to believe, or, you know, whatever makes him feel safe. Shit. And like I said, just remember, if the shit was vice versa, what would be the response then? You know? I'll holler at y'all later.